Alright, welcome. This is the IM2 Solutions and Tutorial for the Distance Learning Packet for week 2. The date is April 13th through April 17th. This is page 2. Alright. Here it asks us for the ready part here is to simplify using the distributive property and then combining the like terms. Okay, what does distributive mean? Because some of you just don't remember what distributive property means. Okay, so when you distribute something to each person, you are giving that present to each person. Okay, that's inside the parentheses. Do you see how the present is given to the girl and the boy here? So mathematically, what does that mean? Do you see the 4 is like the present? The x is like the girl. The -3 is like the boy. Okay? Do you see how the present is being multiplied to the x? The present is being multiplied to the girl. The present here is being multiplied to the boy. The 4 is being multiplied to the 3. Okay? That's what's happening. Okay? That's what distributive property means. Once you distribute, do you see how 4 times x is 4x? 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. When you think about exponents, when you multiply them, these properties happen. So if you have x squared times x to the power 4, it's this x squared is like 2x's right here. X4 is like 4x's here. How many x's do you have in total here? X6, right? Okay? That's the example. What that means in the rule format is that when you're multiplying, making sure they have the same base, the exponents here, they add. Okay? So 2 plus 4 here does become 6. All right? Okay. So that's the product of power when it comes to the exponent rules. Okay? You're going to need to remember this when you distribute. All right? So let's take a look at this one. Okay? All right. So we are going to have to distribute to the 2x here into all the terms. All right. So you have 2x is going to be multiplied to 5x plus, I'm going to do the second part. All right. I don't like how that looks like. So the 2x is going to be multiplied to the 5x. Okay. Plus the 2x is going to be also multiplied to the 3. So 2x multiplies to the 3. Do you see how that present was given out? The present of 2x is given out to both of that term. So plus, now here the 7 is going to be multiplied to the 5x. So we have the 7 going to be multiplied to the 5x plus the 7 is going to be multiplied to the 3. All right. Okay, now you can combine things. 2x times 5x, that becomes 10x squared, because again, x times x becomes x squared. Okay, then plus 2x times 3, 2 times 3 is 6x. 7 times 5x, 7 times 5 is 35. Nothing happens to the x. Then you have 7 times 3, which is just 21. Okay, anything you can combine? 10x squared, nothing happens to it. You have 6x plus 35x. That does add. That becomes, I think, 41x. Good. Nothing happens to the 21. Do not add these two. These two do not add. You're done here. These two, you're set. Okay? These two can't add. They have different powers. All right? So same thing here. Let's do this. All right, let me move this over. The notes. The notes were good, but let me move the notes over. All right. If you need them, the notes are right here. All right. Just pause the video. Okay. Pause the video and take these notes if you need to. Okay. All right. On what the distributive property is. Okay. Let me just give that to you right here. All right. Pause the video here if you want the notes. Good. All right. Let's go back here. All right. So for this one, you could do this by yourself, right? But I'm gonna help you out first, okay? So this is gonna be, you're gonna try this, but let me help you out, okay? So the first one, you're going to have 6x times x, so that's 8x going to be multiplied to the x, okay? Plus 8x times 1, So 8x times 1, okay, plus the next part, 2 times x, so 2 times x plus 2 times 1, so 2 times 1. All right, so that's what happens, okay? So what you need to do now is you are going to have to finish. You have to finish the rest of the steps. Look at number 1 for help, okay? Just want to make sure you have some practice for yourself here. Good? All right. Let's do this one. I'm going to show you how to do this one. Okay? So, first step, same thing as before. The 6x is going to be multiplied to the x. So, 6x multiplied to the x plus 6x is the 6x is going to be multiplied to the negative 10. Okay? 6x parentheses, you see, it's not just 10, it's negative 10. Negative 10. Good? All right. Add, it's always add the next term. Negative 1 times x. Okay? Negative 1 times, all right, negative 1 times x. All right? Plus, same thing here, negative 1 times negative 10. So that's negative 1 times negative 10. Okay, I just put it in the parentheses just to make sure you understand that that negative is with there. Okay, so 6x times x becomes 6x squared. 6x times negative 10 becomes negative 60x. Negative 1 times x becomes negative x. Negative 1 times negative 10 becomes a positive 10. Negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, there are some like terms you can combine. The negative 60x and the negative. Please understand that there's a 1 in here. Okay, so negative 60 and negative 1. So a negative with another negative, you're adding these two together. Okay, becomes negative 61x. All right, plus 10. All right. All right, so some of you don't believe me on that step, right? Negative 60, then you also have your negative 1. Do you see? Okay, that is the same thing. Negative 60 minus 1 is the same thing as negative 60 plus negative 1. It's the same idea. Okay? All right, I just wanted to show you that if you didn't believe me. Okay? Good? All right. 4. 4 seems very easily. So here I'm going to make you do this by yourself because there's no trick to this. Well, sort of. Here, let me show you this. So you might be confused with the negative 1x here. So this is weird, but it's not. Negative 1 times 3x. So negative, sorry, 1x times 3x. So 1x times 3x plus 1x times 4. So 1x times 4. Okay. This doesn't do anything. So no one really writes 1x. Then you have 5 times 3x. Plus then you have your 5 times 4. Right? So what's 1x times 3x? 1 times 3 is just 3. X times x is x squared. 1 times 4 is 4. And there's just an x there. 5 times 3 is 15. And there's an x here. 5 times 4 is 20. These two are like terms. They're both x's, so you can combine them. 4x plus 15x becomes 19x. Okay? So no one really writes this 1x. No one really writes the 1. It's just x. And you see how it's done the same exact way? So that problem is just being extra. Alright? Here I'm going to give you a chance to do this by yourself. So pause the video now and try to do this by yourself, okay? You're gonna look at number, think for number 3 for help. Okay? Look at number 3 for help. All right? Your first step should look something like this if you would like to see it. Okay? So pause the video. I'm going to show the first step now. Okay. That's your warning. All right. So 3x times 8x. So that's 3x. That's going to be multiplied to the 8x. Okay? Plus 3x times 3. So that is your 3x times 3 plus, be careful, this is negative 4, so negative 4 times 8x. So that is what? Negative 4 times 8x. Okay? Plus negative 4 is going to be multiplied to 3. Be careful with that. Negative 4 times 3. Okay. All right. But again, here, you will have to finish this yourself. So finish this yourself now. Okay. But that's your hint. All right. Again, look at the complete problems. Right. Like how I did these for help. Okay. All right. So I could do this one in a little bit detail for you because of that 5x. Okay. But again, um, 6 is done the same exact way as 4. Okay, it's done the same exact way. All right. Okay. All right. So 5x is going to be multiplied to the 2x. So 5x is going to be multiplied to the 2x. Then you're going to have the 5x being multiplied to the 6. Add. Then you have the 2 times to the 2x. Then you have the 2x, 2 times the 6. All right. 5x times 2x gets you 10x squared. That's an ugly way of writing it. 10x squared plus 5x times 6 becomes 30x. 2 times 2x becomes 4x. Then 2 times 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, so nothing happens to the x squared. 30x plus 4x, that does combine to 34x, and you just have the plus 12 here. Okay. All right. Do you see how this is done the same exact way as 4? Okay. All right. Let's take a look here at this one. Okay. All right. So, same exact way. You just have to be same thing as before, but you just have to be very careful with that negative 13. Okay. Pause the video, try it, then come back. All right. Try it. Pause the video and try it. I'm going to wait. Pause the video and try it. All right. Now I'm going to show it. Okay, 7x is going to be multiplied to the negative 5x. So 7x is going to be multiplied to the negative 5x. Okay, plus 7x times 2. So that is 7x times 2 plus, again, be very careful, it's negative 13 times negative 5x. So that is what? Negative 13 times negative 5x. Okay? Plus negative 13 times 2. So negative 13 times 2. All right. So here you can multiply 7 times negative 5. This gets you negative 35. X times x becomes x squared. 7x times 2. 7 times 2 is 14. The x stays alone. Ooh, that's a very ugly one. So let's just pull up Desmos for this one. Let's see. Negative 13 times negative 5. Oh, positive 65. See, just use Desmos if you need help with the calculator. All right. This gets you 65x because there's an x here. I know. I think it's negative 13 times 2 should be negative 26, but let's just do it. Negative 13 times 2. Yep, negative 26. All right. Always double check your work. Okay. Doesn't hurt to double check your work. All right. This was negative 26. All right. I'm just gonna rewrite it. Negative 35x squared plus 14 plus 65 becomes 79x. And this is a plus negative 26, so you can just write minus 26 here. Okay? All right. So, good. Do you see how 7 is? Because you're going to need 7. Okay? The last one, for 8, this is a, do this yourself. Look at number 7. Okay? Good. All right. So there is going to be some work that you're going to have to do. Okay. Let me give you the answer, but you have to do the work. Okay. So here you're going to show the work. Okay. I'm going to do it on, and I'm just going to give you the answer. Okay. But you're not going to get credit if you do not show the work. So show the work. Okay. I'm just going to give you the answer so you could double check your work. Okay. All right, so this would be the answer for this one should look like this. Negative 48x squared plus 24x plus 9. Should look like that, okay? But make sure do your work, okay? All right, here's the set part, okay? All right, so you're going to have to find the perimeter and then the area, okay? So hold on. Because it seems like I gave you, so here I showed you how to multiply. This is how you find the area. You have the formula here, right? Base times height, base times height. Okay, let me just give you the formula for perimeter, okay? All right, okay, that should be working, okay? So, it's recording, right? Okay, all right. So I just decided to give you both the perimeter and area formula here, okay? So here's the square. Notice on all the squares, all the sides are the same, right? So if this is A, the bottom is also A. So what? Right? This is A. So this is also A. This is also A, and this is also A. The perimeter is when you add them all, is when you go through all the sides, right? So A plus A plus A plus A, right? So that's A plus A plus A plus A. Together they make 4A. So this is the perimeter for a square. Making sense? Now, the area is basically just the length times the width, okay? So it's going to be a multiplication. So you're going to multiply A is going to be multiplied with this A. So this is A times A. And you know that A times A is just A squared. Good? So same thing here, right? The top is length, the bottom is also length. The side here is W, width, so this is also width. Notice when you add the rectangle together, it is what? L plus L. Let me just write L plus L, right? L plus L plus W plus W. Length plus length gets you what? 2 length plus width becomes 2 width. Making sense? That's the perimeter of a rectangle. For here, now you multiply. So length is going to be multiplied to the width. So length times width. Okay? That's it. That's the work. All right? So, same idea. Okay? You need to remember these formulas. Good? Okay. All right. So let's go down here. Let's do this one. Okay? All right. So, perimeter. And again, this is a square. Okay? So, this is just the units. All right? So, the perimeter of a square is defined as A times no, A plus A plus A plus A, right? Okay, which in short was just perimeter was equal to 4A. A in this case is what? X. So P is equal to 4. Make that substitution in. So P is equal to 4X. Good? The area is right here. The area is X is A times A, right? And that became what? A squared. Good? So just plug it in. What is A here? X squared. So what is the area? X squared. That's it. Okay? All right. This one, I'm going to just move the notes a little bit here. All right, if you need it. Same thing here. All right? Okay. So let's just write down the formula. All right. The perimeter is given by 4 times A. What is A in this case? A is just the side. It's just X plus 1. Okay? So the perimeter is equal to 4 parentheses because, again, you're making that substitution, right? So do you see A? A is going to get replaced by what? This. All right? So look at the A. The A is going to get replaced by this. Do you see how that looks like? There you go. And this should remind you of the what you do here, right? You distribute. So 4 times x, then you have your 4 times 1. Perimeter is equal to 4x. 4 times 1 is just 4. Good? All right. The area formula is a squared. Make sense? Okay, so what is a here? A is what? All right, x plus 1. But remember there's a squared, so make sure you write the squared here. Good? What does this mean? Okay? This means, right, in expanded form, x times 1 times x times 1. Do you see how there's two of them? Now remember here you would have to FOIL, okay? So let me just walk you through this. X times x, x times x, then you I think blue, right? X, right? That's your first out, so that's your x times, that is your x times 1, and I think we use green for here. Then you have your inner, 1 times x. Then you have your last, which I think we use purple, 1 times 1. Okay? So you have x times x becomes x squared. That's the area. X times 1 is just x. 1 times x is just x. Again, it's really 1x, just to let you guys know, okay? Plus 1 times 1, just 1. All right? Area is equal to x squared. 1x plus 1x gets you 2x. Not 2x squared. Remember, you're adding. And just plus 1. So your perimeter here is your 4x plus 4. And the bottom here is x squared plus 2x plus 1. All right, good? Okay, there you go. Those are all your solutions for page 2.